You knew it was not going to be easy. Welcome back to the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, counting down to the best, what I think is going to be the best game of the entire divisional round of the playoffs, the Bills and the Chiefs, live from Arrowhead. We have a live video report coming up for you in just a couple of minutes. But quickly, we got to bring in my guys because we were sweating the end of the Rams and the Bucs, and then leading into the Bills and the Chiefs. We got a lot to do over the course of the next 45 minutes to an hour. You know the names, you know the faces. They've been here all day. Mikey, AB, Prop Stars, Maestro. Guys, we got to jump right in. AB, I'm coming to you because I'm looking at my little piece of paper here, and I'm seeing Tom Brady over half an interception. Cash it. Ryan Suckup, if I'm not mistaken, over 1.5 field goals. Cash it. Cooper Kupp, longest reception, over 27.5 yards. Cash it. And the Rams are sitting pretty at +3. Your entire board. Does Von Miller have a sack yet?
No, he doesn't, but he's going to get him one. We got plenty of time for that. That's happening, baby.
All right. Looking pretty good there, pal.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we've had a good day, and we want to finish strong here. So, yeah, let's do that, and let's hammer it tonight, too.
Oh, you're not even going to believe. You're not even going to believe this. You're not even going to believe this. Guess who just got a sack?
Who? My man.
Miller.
Strip sack.
Sack. And they get the fumble. Let's go. You can't make that.
Coach,
excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
Yes. Was it not Von Miller?
Yeah, it was.
I know number 40. I know number 40.
Coach, you got to give me props because you know my feed is way ahead of you. And I saw that while you're saying, and the only thing that hasn't happened is Von Miller getting a sack. And I'm like, not only did he got a sack, he got a strip sack.
Well, you are the owner of the two greatest memes the show's ever seen from celebrating a victory. So I will give you credit, Maestro. I'll give you a lot of credit. By the way, we might have a little bit of a score to settle. You guys all know Chad in the chat. And I told you this morning, sometimes you got to teach lessons. Sometimes there are levels to this game. And right now I am putting a butt whipping on him like he has not seen before. So we may have a little something for Chad coming up too. Mikey, what have you seen in this game that has surprised you? Or, what? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. I'm like 2 minutes behind. So
Alex,
fumbled by the Rams. Oh my God. So the Rams just fumbled. Bad snap. It goes back 40 yards and the Buccaneers recover. What in the world is going on? Stafford wasn't even watching.
That is like a shot straight out of the Lions. That to me looks like the Lions.
Are you kidding me? Not even looking at the ball. It's never easy. Playoff football is never easy. So anyway, we may hold up on that Chad thing real quick as I was saying it. All this is going on. Mikey, let me come back to you. What has surprised you other than the fact that Stafford is still doing Stafford things at times?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's on Matt Stafford or not there, but yeah, he looked good for the most part of this game. And then I think Wirfs was very much missed on the Tampa Bay side. And you could tell that they're really, really missing some of their weapons. Doesn't have a ton of chemistry with everyone out there. I'm a little shocked we haven't seen, I know Fournette has been fine. I'm shocked we haven't seen both him and Gio Bernard in the game together at times. I know that they probably don't have a ton of packages for that, but those guys, I'm really stunned that we haven't seen more Gio Bernard in this game in the passing game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Alex, the one guy we talked about earlier today that could have a big yardage day is Rob Gronkowski, and that's exactly what has happened. He just had another long play just now, so he's at 4 catches for 85 yards. So he's about to hit. If he gets one more catch, he'll hit all of his numbers today.
Yeah, he will indeed. Picking up huge chunks. Brady just doesn't have a lot of weapons right now. You're seeing the effects, as Mikey was saying. No AB, no Chris Godwin. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to watch at times. This Rams front is ferocious, just collapsing the pocket, making Brady get the ball out quick. We're seeing Gronk have to chip a lot as well. But yeah, definitely a really impressive performance by the Rams, especially the defense, in my opinion.
Maestro, we wondered how much Leonard Fournette would be used today. Well, just like a few games ago, he's been the dump-off guy. He's got 4 catches, 38 yards. Looks like he'll go over his numbers as well in the passing game.
Yeah, and it looks. I just want to get back to Gronk for a second because if that was either his 11th target, his who did they target on that one? Yeah, 11 targets for him and Evans. Like we said, there's nobody else. He's got to spread it around a little bit if they're gonna pull off this comeback because at least that time the Rams were all over it. I'm upset. I hit Cam Akers. I'm upset Van Jefferson got pulled down and got a long pass interference. That was the longest catch play, but it's still alive given that this game is competitive now.
There's no doubt about it. This game should really be over. If anybody hasn't been watching it, what in the world are you watching our show for if you're not watching this game? But when you look at it, it's hard to fault AB Cooper Kupp at all. He's got 7 catches, 119 yards, a 70-yard touchdown. But he is the one, and Tom Brady's going down again. And so it's going to be 4th down and maybe a long field goal attempt. But again, we talked about on the show, AB. I talked about it with you. Coming up the middle, Tom Brady doesn't like it. And today, that has been his demise.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the injuries to the center and right tackle position for their offensive line has been serious problems. I mean, Aaron Donald was just running roughshod at the first 2 quarters of this game, and he really has to stop. I don't know what just happened, but
Sorry.
Maestro. I don't know what just happened.
Maestro.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So it's 4th down and 14, 12 and a half to go. Something happened. Going deep, and
I just want to say something. You see this is why you go for it on 4th and long. They're probably, a lot of old school people saying, "Oh, take the field goal. There's plenty of time left." But if they get the ball here, you can always get a penalty. You can always get a 1st down on a defensive hold. And this is a personal foul.
Personal foul. Oh, what a stupid play! It was incomplete. And the safety came over and just hit him for no reason whatsoever. And hit the wide receiver, Mike Evans, at the 2-yard line. It was an incomplete pass. The ball's on the ground. And I don't know I don't think that's a personal foul, to be honest with you. He was just completing the play, and it was his shoulder. I mean, that's not a personal foul. Come on. Wow. You can't review it, but they're talking about it right now. They're trying to decide if it is or is not. This is a game-changing play. There's no doubt about it. Do you guys think there's do you think that was on Eric Weddle, who just got activated last week after being retired for 2 years or something?
That was on the beard?
That was on the beard. We'll see if they're going to pick up the flag or leave it on the ground. This is a big, big decision. Okay, here comes the call. There was a personal foul. However,
it's going to be Rams ball.
So it's after the play, right?
They're calling it dead ball.
Dead
foul.
Ball. See, that's what I thought when I first watched it. Once the ball hits the ground, it should be dead. And then he hit him after the play. So that's a change of possession. It just so happened to happen on 4th down. Wow, they are giving it to the Rams. Huge.
And it was by like half
an
instant that the ball hit the ground right when he, speared him in the head. So
sure did. It was a split second, just like that. All right, now Bruce Arians is like, "What are you kidding? All right, huge break for us that are on the Rams. That are many of us, so we're very, very happy with that. All right, so we don't have a lot of time here because this game starts in 45 minutes. We got a lot to talk about. It's absolutely the game of the weekend. We're going to talk Bills. We're going to talk Chiefs. Let's get right into our best bets. But before we do that, I called in my connection. You guys all know I have connections in Kansas City, right? And I said, listen, I need to know, how good is the weather? What does the field look like? My guys needs to know. We're talking props. We're talking sides and totals. So you know what my guy did? AB, roll it. So this video was taken about 25 or 30 minutes ago. You can see perfect weather at Arrowhead. Now, Mikey, Maestro, Alex, AB, look at the field. Absolutely perfect footing tonight. Look at the sky, blue skies. It's going to be a clear evening, mid to high 30s. You can't get any better at Arrowhead. So, Mikey, let me come to you. Seeing this video, what's your first thought?
Looks like a beautiful field. Great place to play a football game. I'd rather play there than in Buffalo as a Chiefs bettor and a Chiefs fan. And I'd really like to hear what Alex has to say about it here.
You know what it looks like to me, Mikey? It looks like there might be a showdown, Coach.
Ooh.
stop. Just stop right there. There are showdowns, and then there are showdowns. So, Alex, you know you've got the two biggest Chiefs fans in America on this show. So exactly, I'm going to let you set the stakes. What would you like the smoke to be?
I'm open to all suggestions, but I'm on the Bills tonight. I'm riding with Buffalo. Bills Mafia. Give me all the smoke. Let's do a showdown. I'm getting my money back from you, Coach. Looking right at you, staring at you in that hat, in that shirt. Let's go, Bills. Showdown.
All right, so here's my two questions. Right now the spread's 1. Do you want the point or do you not want the point?
No, I don't need that point.
Okay, fair enough. Number 2, do you want to go for the total amount that you lost yesterday or just for our normal showdown amount?
Let's go for the total amount that I lost yesterday.
Oh, baby. Now I'm interested. Okay, now, Mikey, I'm sure you'd love to jump in on this. I'll just stand back.
Yeah, let's two things. One, just standard SportsLine showdown. That good for you on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
2, AB, do you still have the music or no?
No, but I'll tell you
No,
what. I'm just
okay.
going to fire it out. It's going to be a showdown. That's the best I got for you, boys. I'm trying.
Beautiful.
And the best you got still stinks, but we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, now let's get into our best bets for the game because we have several of them. Who, you know what? I'm feeling generous. Who would like to go first for this game? Raise your hand. Who would like to go first? Alex, you're up first. What do you got?
All right, I've got 2 props. I love both of these. I've given both of these out in the past, so I do apologize. The numbers have since changed. I will talk about what I will play them up to. First up, Gabriel Davis, over 30.5 receiving yards. Gave this out on Friday. This is up near 40 yards right now, believe it or not. Davis has had at least 30 yards receiving in 7 straight games. He's cleared this in 8 of the last 9 games overall. I think this game is going to be high scoring. 2 of the best passing offenses in the NFL. 35 targets over the last 5 games. That's second only to Stephon Diggs. He is their most explosive receiver outside of Diggs. He leads all Diggs or non-Diggs receivers, with 1.81 yards per route run. He can deliver a big week on a few plays with his 14 average depth of target. Chiefs have been better lately, but they still rank 23rd in passing DVOA. We saw how they struggled against another aerial attack like the Bengals 3 weeks ago. I think Gabriel Davis is going to have a very nice night. I'd play this one up to about 35.5. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's available on the major books, but it may be available on some offshores at that number. The next prop, which I do think you can get close to the numbers, Devin Singletary. I call this one at 82.5 combined rushing and receiving yards. I'd play this one up to 84.5 rushing and receiving yards, where I do believe it is still available on some books. Singletary's had at least 80 yards rushing, not even rushing and receiving, alone in 4 of the last 5 weeks. Double-digit carries in 5 straight games. He's averaging 18.5 rushing attempts per game over the last 5 games. He's cleared this number in 5 of 6 games. The only miss was that snow game against the Patriots, where he came up just 5 yards short. He's completely dominating backfield touches for Buffalo. Zach Moss had just 1 rushing attempt last week versus New England. Matt Breida was inactive. Bills have been a lot more balanced lately. It's clearly working for them, in my opinion. Kansas City ranks 20th in rushing DVOA, giving up an average of 143 combined rushing and receiving yards to the running back position. That's 6th most in the NFL. Chiefs have allowed a back to eclipse this total in 5 of the last 7 games as well. Give me Devin Singletary over 82.5 combined rushing and receiving yards.
You know what's crazy? Unless my eyes are deceiving me, when Dave gave this same play out on Friday,
Oh, I'm sick.
How are you sick?
I'm sick.
Oh, Van Jefferson?
18. I am so sick.
Why are you sick?
Because
Why are
the
you
longest
sick?
catch is 18.5, and he got 18.
Oof.
And he's well over his total, which is also good. But the one I gave out was the longest reception.
Oh, I thought you gave out his yardage.
No.
Oh,
I mean, I bet his yardage too, but over, and he got 18 on that one. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Dirty.
All right. Right now they are driving.
Sorry
They are
about that.
inside. The Rams are inside the 35 of the Bucks. 8:50 and counting to go, up 14. All right. So as I was saying, Dave gave this out, but now it's lower than it was on Friday, which is kind of cool. So we'll take the better number for the show. By the way, Alex, RJ White's on the Chiefs. Just thought I'd tell you that. All right, Maestro. Somebody in the chat says, hey, are you still on Jerick McKinnon? Do you still like it with Allaire playing? Let him know the discussion we had about that. Maestro, the floor is yours.
I do, and I'm actually going to change my pick, which is up here, and play the combined at 56.5, over 56.5 combined. Jerick McKinnon rushing and receiving yards. Very
Love
explosive
that.
last week. And this just gives us a chance, if he is going to run, which people think he is going to get some carries, to hit it either way. I'm also going to be on Devin Singletary, over 20.5 receiving yards. Correlates with Alex. Not only has he been awesome down the stretch, but the Chiefs are terrible in terms of yards given up to running backs out of the backfield. They're like bottom 5 in every category in that department. So over 20.5 for Devin Singletary receiving, over 56.5 combined, Jerick McKinnon.
Oh, I like those a lot. I personally cannot play any Bills props tonight because I don't want any of them to hit, but I know some of them will. I get that. All right, AB, you are the quarterback whisperer. In game 1 today, you cashed Tom Brady over half an interception. What do you like in this one?
Well, I'll tell you what. I got a Bills one you could play. Josh Allen over half an interception. There you go, right there.
Gladly.
Minus 115. Look, we're going to take both of these quarterbacks. Like you just said, and we saw in the video, it is a nice night out there. The ball is going to be in the air a ton, and I think the Bills are going to score early in terms of forcing the tempo up in this game, which the Chiefs, they'll do it too. Like, I mean, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. But what's going to happen is that both of these defenses are better than the other team might give them credit for. They're really, really good. So we're going to get one from either quarterback. Both quarterbacks, they're going to hit it. So over half an interception on both guys.
Oh, I like that a lot for Josh Allen. I can tell you that much right now. Long throw. Oh, there's number 32. All right, Mikey. Oh, yes, Alex. What do you got, sir?
Sony Michel has not received a carry in this game.
That's crazy. Now, he was in the game for the first attempt at a touchdown that went to Van Jefferson, and the Maestro would have cashed. But, of course, that was incomplete. But he was in the game for that, but that was about it. Cam Akers is one of the most remarkable stories in football, period. All right, Mikey, what do you have in this game tonight, pal?
All right, I got the Chiefs -2 from Tuesday. Simulation makes them -4.2 on their home field here. And then I have Patrick Mahomes over 24.5 rushing yards, -110, still there on FanDuel. You can play this number at 25.5 at some other books as well, but the 24.5 -110 is still available on FanDuel. Like this spot for Mahomes rushing. I like when he plays against another quarterback that runs on the other side with success. It always lingers in his mind that he has the ability to do the same thing. I've seen that from him in the past. Look at the last 3 games. He's gone over the number of 24.5. I'm expecting a very competitive game. Darrell Williams, inactive. He was kind of a safety valve in some of those situations. I know that McKinnon is very good. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back, but he was definitely more comfortable dumping passes to Darrell Williams. Williams isn't there. Look for him to take off and run a few times, extend drives over 24.5 on Patrick Mahomes rushing yards.
Absolutely love that one. You know he runs a lot more in the playoffs. This is going to be an offensive game. There are so many different props that I need to ask you guys about. You in the chat, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Everybody do it just once. It helps the show a lot. We need to get to, what's the number for the donkey and the VJM there, AB? What do we need to get to?
Let's just say 400. 400 even. Let's get there.
All right, 400 even. We'll give out the donkey and the VJM, but we got to get to it. So everybody do your part. Hit that like button. But if this is going to be an offensive game, boys, we've got a lot of guys we need to talk about in a very, very short period of time. And, Alex, I'm going to start with you. Last week we talked about Travis Kelce. He had been down for a better part of a month. Then what happened? What did Patrick Mahomes do? He went to his security blanket, and Kelce went bananas. What do you make of him tonight? His catch number is 5.5. Pretty juicy, -153. His yardage total is 71.5, -124.
Yeah, I think both numbers are in play. I was encouraged. I know I did talk about how there are some factions out there that believe he potentially lost a step, but yeah, I was encouraged by the performance last week. I definitely think both numbers are in play. I would have a slight lean to the yardage. I was anticipating some more targets. Only finished with 7 targets last week, but yeah, I do think the 71 yards is in play. I'd have a slight lean on the receptions as well.
All right, let me come to you, Mikey, because you're really good at targeting guys that are not named Tyreek Hill, that are not named Travis Kelce. In the chat, they're wanting to know about Byron Pringle. His number, his yardage is 30. Let me sure I get it right. 35.5 currently.
Yeah, this one is kind of tough for me. So my simulation number is right there on 35. I think it really kind of depends on which side of the game you're on. If you think Kansas City's going to win and cover the spread, I would shy away from this number. If you think they're going to lose the game or be in a trailing game script after halftime in this game, then I would lean to that. So typically in this spot, it would be one that I like him. However, McCole Hardman has started to earn more reps again. We thought that it was potentially just because of Tyreek Hill when he filled in for him in that one-off spot where Tyreek was off the field most of the snaps. Now that Tyreek was back on the field last week, McCole Hardman earned a lot more snaps. It was more of a timeshare. Robinson got in there as well. So I'm being very cautious with Pringle. It's one that I talk about all the time. I think the best opportunity is going to be to play it in game based off of the game script that we see.
And we have seen a lot, because even my book started doing it in the playoffs, that they don't always do live player props in game, but a lot of them are doing it in the playoffs. So go look at your book, because it may be there and you don't even know that it's there. Alex.
We talked a lot about this very subject that Mike just brought up, McCole Hardman and Byron Pringle this week. They were this season, they were flip-flopping between who was starting, who was running more routes, who was playing more. We saw kind of a more consistent floor with Byron Pringle, and then McCole Hardman has been more of a big play threat, but went from, playing a lot of snaps to kind of riding the pine. He, interestingly enough, this blew my mind when I saw this statistic. He finished 9th this season in yards after the catch, which
really
was incredible. Yeah, 9th overall in yards after the catch amongst all wide receivers in the NFL.
Wow. Maestro, let me come to you, because a lot of focus clearly are on these two quarterbacks. They both have legs. Now, Buffalo actually calls plays for Josh Allen to run. So the question is this: his number for rush attempts is over 8.5. His longest rush number is over 16.5.
Yeah, I like the longest one. I think he's going to gash him like he did in the first meeting. I also like him for the anytime touchdown because he does run a lot in the red zone. And I also think Mahomes is going to run more. He runs more in the playoffs. We've seen that number go from 20.5. I believe it's all the way up to like 25.5 now. I know Mikey's on that one. So yeah, I like both of them to do a lot of running tonight.
All right. AB, let me come to you, because you are the I completely just lost my train of thought. I know where I'm going to go. I need to go to Dawson Knox, because I want to talk about all the big names. We talk Kelce. The other side is Knox. His number, AB, looks like this: 3.5 minus 146, 41.5 minus 126 for the big tight end that Josh Allen loves.
Yeah, that 3.5, that's a great number, but the juice is pretty high. Would you say minus 140?
Yeah, it's right around minus 140. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a high juice, but I wouldn't mind that at all. But the yardage is the play here, because I think both tight ends are going to get a lot of action today. I know that the Bills are the best team in the NFL, at defending against tight ends. But Travis Kelce, and especially the tighter that this game gets, he's going to get a ton of looks from Mahomes, and I think Knox is going to be the exact same way. So, yeah, if I'm going Knox, I'm going with that yards right there. 41 over that, yeah, blast that one.
And I do love Dawson Knox, but I should mention that it was Sorensen in the first meeting who got obliterated, and he has been benched. Thornhill starts, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Maestro. By the way, for anybody who thought you might have a chance at the Leonard Fournette under on anything, he just caught, I think, 4 balls in a row. So he's at 7 for 48. So his numbers have both gone over now as well. Mike Evans, his catch total has gone over, but his yardage still isn't there yet. 7 for 64. He's pretty close. And then Gronk is 4 for 85. And the Bucs just turned the ball over again. And so down 17, 4.5 to go. The season and perhaps career for Tom Brady could be finished. A lot of that storyline started coming up today, that the way Tom was talking, depending on how the season ending went, would determine whether or not he would continue to play. So we'll see if this is it for Tom Brady. If it is, 7 Super Bowls, not too shabby. All right, let's move on. Mikey, I got to come back to you because I believe that the one guy for the Buffalo Bills that must, if they're going to win tonight, have a monster game is Stephon Diggs. In the chat, longest catch number for him. I want you to talk about all three of them. His longest catch, I believe, is, let me get to it, 22.5, and then his catches are 5.5, pretty juicy, minus 161, and 71.5, just like Tyreek Hill and just like Travis Kelce.
Yeah, so I'll lean over on the longest reception, over on the yards, and I would not lay that kind of juice on pretty much any prop like that. But if you can find an alternate where you're taking it up to 6.5, then I would like 6.5 a lot, as long as it's plus 105, plus 110, something in those range. I would like that. So basically leaning over on almost everything for Diggs, but I really like the receptions, but just based off how the game scripts can go, there's no way I would ever lay more than 140 on anything.
Okay. Very, very good. AB, let me come back to you because earlier today, and I did cash these 2 tickets because I believe I was the one who was talking about it. But you said the Bucs score 30, period. That's what they did with Tom Brady. 30 in the playoffs. Now, clearly that's not going to happen, but the Rams did hit their team total. So let's talk team totals for this game. Here's what the numbers look like. 27 for the Bills, minus 122. 28 for the Chiefs, minus 107 first half, over 13. Chiefs over 13.5.
Yeah, those aren't bad. I think it comes back to who do you think is going to win this game? And that's more for the total. 28 for the Chiefs, even, right? Like not 28.5?
Correct.
All right, yeah, that's not bad. I figured they put it at 28.5 there. Yeah, I would play the over on both. And again, I know, we said the same thing about the Bucs, but I think that this game is definitely going to be, a lot of points scored on both sides. So yeah, there's no way I would play the unders, if that makes sense.
All right, just a couple more we need to get to. Then we're going to do the VJM and do the donkey, and then give you plenty of time to get the picks in. We are 29 minutes away from kickoff at Arrowhead, and as you've seen, it has been a glorious day in the greater Kansas City metro area. All right, Maestro, let me come to you. We haven't even talked about numbers for the quarterbacks, right? So I'm going to give you all of them for Josh Allen. You hit Josh Allen. 281.5, 36.5 attempts, 24.5 for his completions.
I'm going to say over, and over. I think they're going to be super aggressive. I think without Fenton there, they're going to have a ton of success. I think the Chiefs are going to have a ton of success. I think we're going to finally get the over. I think the only over of the weekend is coming tonight. I'm looking for like 34-31.
All right. Alex, let me come to you. I'll do the Mahomes numbers. 285, 37.5, 25.5.
Fairly efficient. I think these are right on the mark. I studied these closely. My projections were just completely in line with these numbers. I did think there was some value on Josh Allen's numbers, specifically his yardage. I do still think there is some value at that 281 number. But as far as Mahomes is concerned, in my opinion, these are all very efficient numbers.
All right, so maybe very, very careful in playing those. Mikey, let me come back to you because the other side of the Travis Kelce coin is, of course, Tyreek Hill. And anybody that's played his numbers the last 4 or 5 weeks, they have lost. He has been almost a distraction for everybody else to, as Alex likes to say, get fed. So is this going to be the coming out party for Mr. Tyreek Hill tonight?
I could definitely see it. Look, we've talked about how good the Bills have been. They haven't played great passing offenses without Tre'Davious White. The only time they did was against this Bucs team that lit them up for 30-plus points. I definitely think if there is a get-right spot for Tyreek, this could be it. Just the thing I'll note on this number, this is a number when they're during their prime and when they're good. this is a number that would routinely be 88 to 92 in these kind of spots with a total of 54 in the game. This number on Tyreek and frankly on Diggs and on Kelsey, which is because there's so many options on both sides, those receiving yardage numbers are priced for a game with a total of 47.5 to 48, not for a game with 54. So I'm not taking the under on any of them. I'm leaning over on all of them. But again, there's so many different ways that this can go. And with both quarterbacks looking to run just a little bit more, I really am expecting Mahomes to run a bit more tonight. I think I'm mostly staying away. I've included some of them in some of the donkey parlays, but I'm definitely not taking unders.
See, I feel you on the Tyreek. I'm not willing to bet that this is going to be his breakout. I think everything you said is spot on. I am willing to bet on Kelsey, though. I am willing to bet that he's going to get all of his numbers tonight. Now, AB, I want to end it here, and then we have 3 very important things left to do in the show. The touch. Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no. So
Yes.
the Bucks just scored a just scored a touchdown in 36 seconds. 3 plays, 77 yards, 36 seconds. And so now this game just got very, very interesting. However, the Bucks have no timeouts left, so they might be forced to go for an onside kick. That was Mike Evans, which probably hurt a lot of people because he just cashed his. So 8 catches, 119 for Evans. All of his numbers over. Yeah, over. And Tom Brady just went over 300 yards passing as well. So
50 passing attempts today.
28 of 50. So all of his numbers are going to go over too, Alex.
And it happened to Jalen Ramsey.
They clearly were looking into the backfield, trying to end it in spectacular fashion. And instead, this game is very much alive. So it's 27-20. What was the total on this game? I can't remember.
48.
Of course it was. Of course it was. All right, we will keep people updated. But as I said, we have 3 things left to do. Do we have enough likes to do the donkey and the VJM? Yes?
We do, sir.
All right, very good. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is the donkey, then the VJM, and then I have a couple of things we need to do at the end just for fun. All right, I know this is a supersized donkey parlay, and I can't wait to hit it tonight in Arrowhead. Mikey, the floor is yours.
Yeah, this one is the mega donkey of the weekend, maybe of the season here. Kansas City plus 8.5, Buffalo Bills plus 8.5, over 44.5 total points in the game. Josh Allen over 229 passing yards. Patrick Mahomes over 249 passing yards. Josh Allen over 39.5 rushing. Patrick Mahomes over 19.5 rushing. Devin Singletary over 4.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelsey over 54.5. Stephon Diggs over 54.5 plus 1,100.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice to end the weekend on a plus 1,100 and have a ball doing it? I think so. All right, so the Bucks gambled and decided to kick away. Little head scratching there, I'll be honest with you. But they have a minute 15, so they technically get the ball back about a minute 45 if they're able to stop the Rams here. So they're very much still in play as well. All right, it's time to do the VJM. We pick every single first touchdown of the game for fun to get into the club. If you want to play along with us and you find a player that is plus 1,000 or higher to score the first touchdown of the game, please drop it into the chat so you can play and brag with us on social media if you get into your club. All right, Mikey, who are you taking?
A former quarterback that now plays tight end, Blake Bell, the Belldozer. He gets involved in the red zone from time to time. Nobody loves a little trickery at the goal line more than Andy Reid. I like Blake Bell here. He is plus 10,000 over on MGM. Beautiful number over there, plus 10,000. All you have to do is sprinkle a little $10 bet on it to win $1,000. Give me Blake Bell, the Belldozer, in the red zone.
Oh, his odds are so high. My book doesn't even have him.
Yeah, watch the game, Coach.
Oh gosh, what are you guys doing to me?
Can you give me a play-by-play, Coach?
Well, it's fumble, and you got to be kidding me.
Bucks
Cam
ball
Akers
trying to run out the clock. Stripped Cam Akers. Another fumble for the Rams.
All right. I can't see it either, so I need a score update. Like, where are we at?
All right. So everybody stop. All right. So here's what just happened. The Rams were trying to run the ball out. They got a first down, but they fumbled, and Cam Akers, who's been the story, gets stripped by Ndamukong Suh and recovered by the Bucs at the 30, 2:25 to play.
Down 8 or 7?
Down 7. Down 7, 27-20. You know what I would love?
We were just retiring Tom Brady 2 minutes ago, too.
I know. I mean, but this is who he is. This is crazy. They had the ball 27. What happened when they kicked the field goal? We were on the air for that.
They missed it.
Oh, it looked like it was dead down the middle.
Yeah, it was short. It was short.
Oh,
and
short.
That would have made it 30-13. But they got conservative. They settled for that field goal attempt. They did. They
all day. Matthew Stafford's been nails. And then the last quarter, this is what Sean McVay sometimes does. All right, second down. So we're gonna put the VJM on hold. Is that cool with everybody? And we're gonna sweat this. Then we'll do the VJM at the 2 minute.
Well, we
warning.
got a 2 minute warning right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Maestro.
Sorry about that.
All right. No. All right. So let's get to it. So we've got Blake Bell. Maestro, who are you going to take?
I'm going to go with Isaiah McKenzie, a very explosive young player that I know Alex loves. And he's getting actually more routes in the slot than Cole Beasley last week, 11-9. He's actually had 3 red zone targets and a red zone rushing attempt in the last few weeks. I believe he had 6 touches last week. His game is starting to emerge, and I just think they're going to look to get him the ball today.
Okay, I like
and that's
that one.
30-1, as high as 30-1.
30-1, my goodness! All right, we got some high numbers here, which I love. All right, AB, who you taking?
Stephon Diggs plus 1,000. Look, it's chalk, but you know what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to take it right there. Diggs, he gets the job done.
At this time of the year, we don't care if it's chalk. We don't care if it's color paints. We don't care what it is. We just want to get into the club, because I know that's exactly what Alex is going to say. Alex, you're up.
Yes, we do. I'm taking a note at AB's game plan here, going chalk as well. Dawson Knox, I think he's plus 11 or 1,200. Scored 9 TDs, second to only Stephon Diggs, AB's pick. Scored a touchdown when these teams first met back in the first half of the season. This guy is a red zone weapon. Had a huge game as well. 3 catches for, I think, 130 yards versus the Chiefs. Give me Dawson Knox.
All right, very, very good. I'm going to go Jerick McKinnon, plus 1,400. I know that he's supposedly going to be sharing the load tonight. I don't believe that's going to happen. He was so dynamic a week ago, over 140 yards combined, and you can't take him out of the lineup on a night where you're going to need to score 30-plus. I got him at plus 1,400. Give me Jerick McKinnon out of the backfield. Mahomes looking and dumps it right to the right. We take it in, and I get into the club for the second time. Douglas in the chat said, it has been incredibly entertaining to have you guys doing the show while the game is going on. I would encourage you to do this throughout the rest of the playoffs and even maybe a total show for the Super Bowl. Douglas, we've literally done a show before every single playoff game, so that's a great, great thing for you to suggest. We actually went live last year for the Super Bowl, which we'll do again. So I love that suggestion too. Are you sure you're not our producer? Is that not the jeweler in the chat right now? Because those are great ideas. Okay.
He found his burner.
All right, real quick, because they're still in commercial. Real quick, let's go through the donkey one more time and finish the show sweating together with the Tampa Bay game. So real quick, bring the donkey up while we're at the 2-minute warning, and then we will sweat it together because it's so much fun to do. Go ahead, Mikey.
All right. Chiefs plus 8.5. Bills plus 8.5. Over 44.5 total points in the game. Josh Allen over 229.5 passing yards. Patrick Mahomes over 249 passing yards. Josh Allen over 39.5 rushing. Patrick Mahomes over 19.5 rushing. Devin Singletary over 4.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelce over 54.5. Stephon Diggs over 54.5 plus 1,100.
All right, that is beautiful. Leave it up for a second, AB. Let everybody soak it in, get it in. And as we're doing that, I can tell you they ran the ball to Leonard Fournette. It's 3rd and 1 from the 21. And Leonard Fournette again up the middle. So first down at the 18, plenty of time. You would never want any other quarterback, guys, than Tom Brady in this situation. And they're showing Cooper Kupp right now going, how are we still playing? How is this game still going on? All right, quickly, let's get some predictions. Who wants to jump in? Who's going to score the game-tying touchdown if it happens? Brady, out route. Oh! Wow. Mike Evans slipped, and that ball, Jalen Ramsey would have been looking, could have been a interception. Incomplete pass. All right, you can take that donkey down now. AB, thank you very much. All right, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Maestro, I know you're watching it. How surprised are you we're still sweating this thing?
I mean, ridiculous. The turnovers, Cup and Akers, and I guess Akers twice, right? Right before halftime.
Yeah,
and
he
then,
fumbled at the goal line. Yeah, this could be way over by now.
Yeah, it should be, but it isn't. 3rd and 10. I'm actually gonna say the Rams hold them.
Okay, so it is 3rd and 10. You're way ahead here.
Sorry, I'm not
Maestro.
saying
It's all right. I'm actually watching my TV now, so we're pretty close. So they are double covering Mike Evans. He's going to have to look somewhere else. The last 2 plays, they've had 2 guys. All right, here we go. 3rd and 10, 27-20, 27-6, late 3rd quarter this was. And to Cameron Brate, 10 yards.
Oh.
And that's going to be a 1st down. Clock is running. 1st and 10 at the 8. Wow, I cannot believe this.
Let's
so
get
Cameron
one more great
Brate's
reception.
I think it's the first catch of the game.
Sadly.
1st for 10. There's not 8.5. Well, if he catches a touchdown, he would get that. We'd cash that ticket because the ball is at the 9.
Yep.
That'd be 18.5. I'm not a math major, right?
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't. I'll gladly lose the break. I know you want it.
Thanks, Coach.
Gotta love the Rams using a timeout here to let them get organized and then not have one after they give up the touchdown.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Sean McVay.
Classic.
Why don't?
Unless they're doing it to challenge the spot, but I'm pretty sure he's.
Wait a second. It's 4th down. It's not. They did not give them a 1st down. That's the key. Okay, so it's 4th and 1, and they're replaying it. So Brate, 1st down was at the 8. Brate. They should not have called that timeout. They're going to get. It's a 1st down. And if they wouldn't have called the timeout, they couldn't have reviewed it. And now they're going to review it.
I'm so lost. What is going on?
All right, so they got a 9-yard reception right at the 1st down at the 8, but his knee went down right before the 8. So the Rams called a timeout, and it's 4th and 1 on the screen, but they're going to review it to see if it's a 1st down. It's that close. It's like this close. Right. And it's going to change everything if it is a 1st down or if it stays as 4th down.
But you're right. It was a terrible timeout by the Rams.
Terrible.
Because it gave them a chance to look at this. They had ruled 4th down.
Before. Correct.
Right.
Correct. So now
if they give up a touchdown, they're down to 1 timeout instead of 2.
Correct. And so it was officially, I think, a 9-yard reception for Brate. But his knee's down at the 8.5. So it's going to be interesting. This is as close as it gets, guys. This is as close as it gets. Mikey, you think this is a 1st down or a 4th down?
I think it stays where it's at, but we'll see. I don't know.
You know what's killing me is that I've got a bunch of money wrapped up in this game right now, and I got to get some props in the late game, and we're down to 13 minutes before the game. If this goes to overtime, I'm not betting any props. That's for sure. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. 46 seconds to go. AB, I can't – you know what? We're going to have to put a collection together for AB so we can get a working television in your studio to watch, because you got a TV behind you that clearly isn't even plugged in.
The Band-Aid fell off. It doesn't turn on anymore.
Here's the problem. It works, but if we put on another channel's NFL broadcast, we will be sued into oblivion. All right? So, we will not do that. So I'm flying blind. I need somebody to talk to me here.
What happened?
I'm in the same boat, AB. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So the review is over, and they're in a 3-box with Sean McVay, Bruce Arians, and the official, which, by the way, this official lives 8 minutes from me here in Orange County. I see him on the plane all the time. All right, here we go. So they're announcing it. All right, the ruling on the field stands as called. 4th and a half a yard, 46 seconds to go. So what do? Do you run it and then get the new 4 downs, or do you take your chance?
You QB sneak it.
That's probably what I would do. I would just have him stand there, quarterback sneak it, and then just run the next play.
And you're already right there, right? You can just
you're right. I mean, you're right there. We'll see. And we saw how disorganized the Cowboys were at the end of their game. We'll see how organized the Bucs are, and it's going to be touchdown Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette touchdown.
I say go for 2.
I do too.
They won't.
There's no way they go
They
for
won't.
2. There's no, they have all the momentum. They have all the momentum. What's that?
He just scored a 10-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah,
Correct.
what happened here? I have no idea what happened.
Leonard Fournette just ran it in. 27-26. Brady's running off the field. They're going to kick the extra point. There's no way on God's green earth they would go for 2 here. There's no way.
How much time is left, Coach?
42 seconds to go. 1 timeout for the Rams. They're lining up for the extra point.
So they need to hold the Rams, who don't have a great field goal kicker.
Correct. And the extra point is right down the middle, and this place is rocking.
I cannot believe
absolutely rocking.
I can't.
It was
27.
Go ahead, Maestro.
Go ahead. I was just saying, it just reminds me of a JCC game I had recently where no, I'm serious.
Okay.
We were up 26-6 early in the first quarter, and we just thought we were cruising, and you just mentally kind of check out, and then you can't get it back. They made a run. Yeah. And we lost the game. We lost the game.
I saw a video from that JCC game that was circulating on the internet where you took off from the foul line. You humiliated the other team when you did that. Tons of motivation happened. They were like so fired up at halftime after you showboated on them and took off at the foul line. They came back and absolutely just trounced you guys. I remember it was circulating all over the internet. So that is a great lesson on our listeners.
I saw that video too. All right, so here's where we're at. I remember Al Michaels about 2 hours ago going, if I was Tom Brady in the locker room at halftime, I'd remind them about being down 28-3 in the Super Bowl. I'd remind them. I'm like, Al, shut up. And sure enough, he spoke it into fruition. So here we go. This is a live sweat. This is as raw as it gets. 42 seconds. The kickoff to the Rams. And I'll be honest.
Nice if they had 2 timeouts instead of 1 here, huh?
Wouldn't it, Mikey? Wouldn't that be nice? So they have 1 timeout, and they're going to get it at the 25-yard line. And Matthew Stafford has never been in a spot this big, this much pressure, 21 unanswered points, and now you've got to go down and get a field goal in the next 40 seconds.
Is the donkey still alive, Mike?
Wow.
It is, but if Kupp gets 6 yards, it's dead. So it's likely dead here.
Yeah, you'd think he'll get open here. Leonard Fournette, 7th straight game with at least 1 touchdown. Okay.
Literally, Stafford just tried to fumble the game away.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. All right, so and now I think they just called their final timeout. Oh my goodness, he did almost. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? They might just have to play for overtime at this point. This is just
let's play for overtime.
I don't, because
I don't want overtime.
I don't want to lose by 6 because if Brady gets the ball, the game's over.
I'm the one guy who wants overtime.
Why do you want overtime?
Great.
Cameron Brate. Okay.
I need the Bucks to win now, unfortunately, for the donkey. But
there you go.
I would have loved them to go for 2. I would have loved that. I only need to lose by less than 3. That's why overtime is always a killer when it's 3 or even 4 or even 5. I do have the Rams in a teaser. All right, 35 seconds to go. 2nd and 11. 5 wide receivers, no timeouts. Rams, great clock management. Stafford, deep over the middle, wide open. Cooper Kupp gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Well, that was a sick move he put on the DB, too.
So now 28 seconds to go. The Rams are at the 45. What an incredible play. Their own 45. And Kupp is having a monster. Oh, he made the Bucs defender look silly. All right, Stafford, straight down the middle, ball straight. Oh, he's wide open. Oh, Cooper Kupp, but they got to get up on the ball. 20, tick, 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 down to the 11, down to the 10. Now they've got to get the ball, so they're running down. Everybody's running down. Matthew Stafford's waiting. He's got to wait for everybody to get in place. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Clocked it at 3 seconds to go.
What happened? What?
A long pass to Kupp down the middle.
Another long one.
Where? Where are we at?
They're going to kick a game-winning field goal. They're down to the 15.
That was perfect play by play.
Man.
That's perfect play-by-play by me. They're
We
at
didn't
the
know
11.
we didn't know where he was at. We didn't know like
I
how
said
far the
down
pass
to
was.
the 10. I
Okay,
said
okay.
down to the 10. All right, so they clocked it 4 seconds to go. It was one of those floaters like down the middle, and you just saw Kupp just run underneath it. It was incredible. From the 45 down to the 10. 45 down to the 10 for Cooper Kupp. He might be close to 200 yards receiving now after this drive. That was one of the prettiest passes Matthew Stafford has ever
190
thrown.
if he had 60.
So 45 down to the – so you had 55 to whatever he had.
So
All right, here we go.
25.
Game winner, 30-yard field goal, and it is good. It's over. It is over. The Rams win 30-27, and Tom Terrific's incredible comeback is for naught. All right, so the fun thing that we were going to do, we're not going to roll it in now because it took so long to do. So we'll do that tomorrow morning, but I'm sure that person can wait. So really quick, let's put up our best bets, and real quick, 15 seconds for each guy, what you're most looking forward to tonight. The game starts in 5 minutes. Mikey, go.
Looking forward to Blake Bell at the goal line scoring the first touchdown, and obviously looking forward to a Kansas City win.
AB.
We have had 3 straight road teams win a game by a last-second field goal.
Alex.
High scoring, competitive, fun game. Everybody's props cashing.
Maestro.
Yeah, just mine is McKinnon over 56.5 combined, Singletary over 20.5 receiving. Those were updated. Enjoy the game. Let's have another classic. This was awesome.
It's going to be a classic. It's the best game of the weekend. So how about we have a little coach surprise to end the show? Huh? How about a little coach surprise?
All right. I got this one, Dad. So all you beautiful people out there, watch on TV screens, iPads, or phones. There's only one thing left to do. And I think you know what it is. You've got your margin orders. Now let's take all your tickets, Chief tickets, straight to the pay window. All right, Dad, bring it home.
Oh, my God.
Well done. No, well done.
Come
Well
on.
done.
Does it get any better than that?
No.
Does it get any better
He
than
should
that?
have your job.
Oh, my God. Come here, son. That was as good as it can get. Everybody enjoy the game.
Well
Pay it
done,
forward.
buddy.
Have those people. And tell everybody about the early edge. Good luck tonight. Let's go.